Hi guys, it's Joe from Indiana. Today I'm going to be doing my persuasive speech. This is my wife Erin, that's my sister Sunny, and that's my father-in-law Gary. Let's get after it. Okay, so today I'm going to be delivering my speech on child labor laws. Okay, a lot of people don't know it, but there are American children here in the United States that are not protected against child labor laws. Okay, the United States Department of Labor sets the age at 14 years old. But that's only for certain businesses. It's for government agencies like the BMV, hospitals, all schools, so that's like kindergarten through like college where you would earn your master's degree, and businesses that make more than $500,000. So any business basically that makes less than $500,000 does not have to follow the Child Labor Acts and the Forced Labor Acts that the U.S. Department of Labor sets. See, I know that firsthand. I used to work at a store here in Indianapolis that made less than $500,000 a year, and as a 16 and 17-year-old, I did not make minimum wage. Okay, and she could set my hours at whatever she wanted to. My boss could. Okay, I didn't know until I did this research that that's why she was not a business that had to follow these rules. Okay, so child labor is a bad thing that can be remedied. Okay, the three ways that we're going to do that is we're going to support children directly. Support these poor kids that are being taken advantage of. We're going to not buy products from countries where they break child labor laws. And we're going to follow Matthew 18:3 that says, that's where Jesus tells us, "Truly I say unto you, unless you change and become like a little child, you'll never enter into the kingdom of heaven." So we're going to follow those three ways, and hopefully we can help slow down the breaking of child labor laws. Okay, so the first thing that we can do is we can donate to help. Okay, we can help financially by donating to several organizations, but today I'm going to talk about the International Initiative to End Child Labor, or IIELC. Okay, IIELC provides education, training, resources to eliminate child labor in the United States and the entire world. Okay, not only child labor, but forced labor, which is a little bit harder, and more severe types of labor like sex trafficking and soldiering of kids. Okay, so you can donate today at endchildlabor.net. That's one way you could help slow this thing down. Okay, another way, a little bit more of an interesting way, sadly, is don't buy from countries that break child labor laws. Okay. There's a list, and I'll share it later. There's a list of literally hundreds of countries that break child labor laws. Okay, most of them are in agriculture, which I'll talk about later. But the one I'm really going to focus on today outside of the agriculture is China. Okay, the U.S. Department of Labor reported that China broke laws in production of toys, electronics, and textiles. Okay. Toys, electronics, and textiles. Okay, so what I'm about to say is true about Nike. I'm not saying all Nike products are made by child labor, but the country of which they're produced does break child labor laws according to the U.S. Department of Labor. China is Nike's largest single sourcing country with over 180 manufacturers and 200,000 employees. So I'm not saying they're all children, but there's a chance if you wear Nike stuff, it was produced with child labor. Okay? Another thing, toys. CNBC reports 67% of toys that Hasbro sold in 2019 were produced in China. Again, I'm not saying all toys produced by Hasbro are produced with child labor, but if they come from China, you bet there's a chance of it. Okay? Agriculture. So now we'll move on to agriculture. 60% of child labor occurs in the agriculture field, and most of that is in underdeveloped countries. Okay, underdeveloped countries. The biggest ones are cattle, coffee, rice, sugar, and tobacco. Okay, those are the highest repetitive in multiple countries. All of them were in at least 5 countries, and some of them were in up to 9. Nine of those. Nine countries had illegally produced all of those. There's many lists where you guys could look this up or fact check me. The big list, what I checked, was on the U.S. Department of Labor. So that's what, if you guys are worried, curious about a product or a country where something comes from, that's where you can look to check it out. They've got a big list. The third way we can remedy this is by following what God says in Matthew 18:3. Truly I say unto you, this is Jesus, truly I say unto you, unless you become like little children, you'll never enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay? So in that message, God shows us that He loves little children. Okay? So to protect kids and to protect little children is like protecting something that God loves and that He cherishes and that He values. Okay? Jesus sacrificed for us to show us that He loved us. Okay? We can sacrifice a little bit, whether it be time, a monetary value, any little thing that we can do to help these kids. And we're not only saving something that's physical here on earth, but we're saving something that we know God values because He told us that in Matthew 18:3. Okay, to conclude here, I'll just say again the 3 ways we can stop it. Child labor can be fixed through supporting kids directly, like I said with the website. Not buying from countries is another way, and by cherishing what God said in 18:3. And what I'll conclude with here is my visual aid, my chart here, so you guys can see the world map. Okay, so you can see these colors here. Red is an extreme risk, orange is a high risk, and yellow is a medium risk. Okay, so countries like Yemen, Somalia, Myanmar, where a lot of people in my community are from, they're at a high risk, not a moderate risk like here in the United States, or a low risk even up here in Canada. They're at a high risk, an extreme risk of being abused through their child labor laws. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope we can stop it together. Have a good day.